What's good, YouTube? What's good, beautiful family? I'm back with another one. It's been a little bit since I've been posting. Had to get rid of the camera, but you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna get it back. Money reciprocates. You can always make money. It is not something that we need to be scarce of, or that we need to be like, because that only causes money to go away. That causes money to push away. Resistance only causes persistence. Sorry, I got y'all like set up kind of weird. Make sure it's still on. Yeah, it is. Okay, but yeah, I'm not wearing a shirt today, y'all. It's okay. Wait on. But yes, resistance only causes persistence. This is what we see more in our outer reality when we resist what we are not seeing, what we are not feeling, what we are not acting on. As especially for me, growing up, I was always resisting being vulnerable, doing what I actually love to do, and taking actions on what could excel my potential that I have, and not thinking. And I think the biggest one was not thinking big of myself. When we don't think big of ourselves, when we tend to think small, we tend to think that it translates into our actions, into what we do throughout the day, into how we talk about ourselves. And this seems so simple and so subtle, but it is so true, y'all. And we don't get taught this growing up in society, of course, from the government, as they want your power to be outside of you and not from within. As Yeshua once said, the kingdom is from within. You can call him Jesus, but his real name is Yeshua. And Yeshua was trying to teach this. He was putting this out. And if y'all want me to make a video about Yeshua and his true teachings, stuff like that, I can do that. I need to dive a little. I can probably dive a little bit more into that. But I've dove into it some. I've definitely. And when you listen to spiritual people, or not even spiritual people, but you listen to people that know Jesus's or Yeshua's true teachings, you understand why he was paraphrasing in the Bible so many of his teachings, and why they are paraphrased. And it was never meant for him to be worshipped. It was meant for us to take his advice, to take his knowledge, his teachings, and put it and apply it into our life. And when we apply things into our life, we allow ourselves to gain the wisdom. We allow ourselves to gain the experience in order for us to share it. As it is not, you probably wouldn't want to get coached by someone that, okay, he knows all the skills, he knows all the techniques in baseball of hitting a ball, but he never went out and hit a ball. He knows all the techniques, he knows what to do, but he never applied it. You'd want to go to a coach that has hit you'd want to go to a coach probably that has hit a ball, but don't know all the skills or techniques, but has been experienced for a longer period of time, or just been experienced. As when we think about the concepts of experience and knowledge, we need to really understand that when we put them together, that is power, as having one without the other only limits us. That is why when we think small of ourselves, we do not apply actions, or we do not follow through with our actions, because we already think it's not possible. And we determine that for ourselves. Our life is determined by us. We see the world as we are, not as it is. I love Robert Grant because he talks about this a lot, and I'm sure other spiritualists that I watch, not even spiritualists, I don't want to call them spiritualists, but people. And the more we look and have the awareness of our outer reality, the more we are capable and able to follow through with taking the actions that lead us and align us with our true purposes and passions. As when we do not have the awareness of this, we are limited. We are sleep, what they call it. And it really is kind of being like sleep, because y'all, when I didn't know this information, I was lost. I was really lost. I was just kind of flowing. Not in a good way though, but just kind of letting go in a bad way, like letting go, because letting go can be in a good way or a bad way. Letting go in a way I was giving up. That'd be a better way of saying it. But giving up. And not in a way where I was depressed or trying to kill myself. I was giving up as I'm just letting life happen to me. And that's where we get caught up in life. That's where we get stuck, is when we're letting it happen. We're letting it happen to us. Being in a small town, There's not many people think that they can be content creators. There's not many people think that they can make over $100,000 a year. But you can. But only if you think you can. And when we really think about this, it makes sense. A lot of this shit makes sense, y'all. And I love applying this to my life every day. And I love going through my challenges, as I've just went through a lot of challenges. And it really does make you stronger, and just getting through them, facing them, leaning into them, not going away, not pushing away. Because really for me, that has made it 10 times worse. And allowing yourself to learn and elevate from them challenges. We're going everywhere with this a little bit, but challenges that you come across. As you can't come across a challenge and you've been doing everything right and you're like, bro, why is this happening? Well, we got to accept that life comes with chaos. Without chaos, there can be no good. There's always going to be a chaos. I don't care if you meditate, you have your schedule right. You're going to have chaos no matter what. But it is when we integrate that chaos, loving and accepting it and allowing it for us to grow and evolve and change from it and transform. As that is where we get stuck a lot of the times. Or that is where we get off the path, is when we come across some chaos or we come across some tension or challenges. We think that means we're done. That means it's not going to happen, or that means that's a sign of quitting. When actually it means that it is feedback. It is actually what is supposed to happen. And when you look from within, as you should be, for your outer reality, again, as I explained, your outer reality is always being projected out. If it does not feel aligned, if it feels like energy is draining, then that is definitely a sign that you might need to look at what you are doing, and if it is really what you love doing. As we can always feel. We have intuition, gut. I've talked about this before in my other videos. If y'all haven't, go check out the gut, brain, heart coherence. We have 3 brains. There's neurons in the heart, there's neurons in the gut, the nervous system. And when we have them gut feelings, when we don't pay attention to them, as I'm sure a lot of y'all have experienced this, as I have for sure, that we end up missing the point. We end up missing why them feelings was there in the first place, for us to follow, for us to be aware and question, why am I having this feeling? When we was doing that as kids, that's why kids ask so much, they're so curious, so playful. When we can be in that kid-like state again while integrating the adult life and integrating the things that, yes, we need to take actions on, we not only become more free, we become more fulfilled within ourselves, and we have more fun. As this is what we're here for is fun, experience, growing and evolving. And when we can not only do that within ourselves, but with those around us as well, we allow that energy to be projected all around us. Having love and compassion for yourself to start with is where you need to start, or where I would recommend to start. When we do that, it only translates out. Everything is translating out. This is basically the simplest way I'm explaining it to you. Everything is translating out. Everything. Emotional states, what you say, how you think about yourself, and the thoughts are not just yours. There's a quantum field. Y'all know about the quantum field, I'm sure, quantum physics. Y'all can look it up. And these thoughts are being projected. So when we get caught up in thinking that the thoughts are ours, and this has happened to me, then we're like, oh, I'm having these bad thoughts. They gotta mean that I need to change. And that only causes more resistance, more stress. You see how it's doing that, y'all? Causing that more into your outer reality. It can only be from within. It always has been from within. I hope y'all love this video. I hope y'all know that y'all have the power, y'all have the potential from within. And any day you can start. But why not start now? And everything, if you're perceiving assholes, if you're perceiving people that are angry, if you're perceiving people that are sad, that's something that you need to see within yourself. Because we are only looking through one lens. Again, I love saying this. And we can only see in others what we see in us. Not only allowing us to see and be more aware of ourselves, but to have love and compassion for others, as we all are going through our own experiences. And I see you. But yeah.